President Salva Kiir reaffirms commitment to addressing challenges facing public universities. Stakeholders are meeting in Juba to discuss fighting exploration of illegal natural resources. And Governor Luis Lobong Lojore calls on communities along South Sudan-Uganda border to live in peace. Hello and welcome to Ssbc 8 p.m. news coming to life in the national capital Juba with me, Abraham Aken. We thank you all for joining us. We begin our news at the State House, where President Salva Kiir Mayardit has reaffirmed his steadfast commitment to addressing the challenges facing the vice chancellors of the 5 public universities, whom he plans to meet with them to resolve the delayed payment of their salaries. The head of state made this commitment during a meeting with the Vice President for Service Cluster, Hussein Abdelbaga Kol. Their discussion focused on evaluating achievements and tackling gaps within health and educational services, particularly those caused by severe nationwide flooding that has devastated essential facilities like schools and health care centers, leaving local communities without critical services. Vice President Akol presented President Salva Kiir with the service cluster's proposed modalities for service enhancement. Additionally, their discussion touched on the Tumaini initiative as the country continues its transition towards stability.
نحن ناولنا المشاكل الاقتصادية الماشية والمشاكل البخص تعليم العالي وخاصة الجامعات، خاصة في قصة بتاعت المرتبات وتأخير بتاعت المرتبات. فالرئيس وعد إنه الأمور هتمشي بطريقة مرضية للناس، وهو هيقابل الرؤساء أو مدراء بتاعت الجامعات في خلال الأسبوع القادم ويناقش كل مشاكل البخص تعليم العالي. برضو ناولنا مشاكل بتاعت الصحة، مشاكل بتاعت الصحة برضو ما بعيد من مشاكل بتاعت التعليم العالي. برضو رئيس وعد انه برضو هيكون في اجتماع بيجمع وزير بتاعت الصحة والوزراء بتاعت الكلاستر عشان نناقش المشاكل بواحد كلاستر. ناقشنا مشاكل العام القضايا بتاعت السياسية المتعلقة بالتنفيذ بتاعت الاتفاقية. برضو نحن دايرين قصة التميني ده لازم الناس يمضوا في خط بتاعه عشان الناس يحققوا السلام للناس، والناس البرة كل نجيبوا لجوا. ناقشنا مشاكل برضو بتاعت الكيفية سوا تقعد وترتب نفسه في تنفيذ.
In a significant development, South Sudan and China have discussed economic cooperation. This follows a meeting between the Minister of Finance and Planning, Dr. Marial Dongrinater, and Chinese Ambassador Mia Yang on Monday. In a separate development, a team from the Country Coordinating Mechanism, CCM, led by the Portfolio Manager for Africa and Middle East, Job Marioki, and Finance Minister Dr. Marial Dongrinater discussed funding South Sudan's health sector. I filed this report. The Chinese government pledges to intensify humanitarian aid delivery to support vulnerable groups affected by multiple challenges in South Sudan. Chinese Ambassador Mia Yang discloses this in a meeting with the Minister of Finance and Planning, Dr. Marial Dongrinater, on Monday, where they discussed enhancing economic cooperation between the two countries. During the meeting, Minister Dongrin expresses gratitude to the Chinese government for its unwavering support to South Sudan in different sectors, citing the recent grant wholeheartedly offered by Beijing at the China-Africa Economic Cooperation, urging China to support South Sudan government's plans to invest in solar power, water and sanitation system, in addition to supporting sectors that include education, healthcare, agriculture, and irrigation across the country. The meeting also concentrated on the progress of Chinese implemented projects in the country and possible expansion of developmental programs in diverse sectors. In another development,
it has been a lot of hard work
A team from the Country Coordinating Mechanism, CCM, a multi-sectoral coordination mechanism managing the Global Fund grants in South Sudan, led by Portfolio Manager for Africa and Middle East, Job Muriuki, accompanied by Health Ministry senior staff, discussed South Sudan's health financing with the Minister of Finance and Planning, Dr. Murial Dongrenater.
It has been a lot of hard work.
The visiting mission officials briefed the minister on crucial projects being implemented by CCM through the global partnership funds in the country. The team highlighted the importance of paying the required 15% allocation by the government of South Sudan as part of their budget for co-financing to allow more additional health financing for different sectors in the country, with Minister Murial Dongrin promising government's commitment to supporting CCM activities to boost health provision in the country, adding that the current budget presented to Parliament prioritizes health, education and agriculture sectors. Abraham Ken, Ssbc News, Juba. The National Minister of Roads and Bridges, Simon Mijok Mijak, and Governor Riek Bimtop have discussed mechanisms of implementing the President's directives to construct an urgent security road connecting Unity and Lakes State. In a media briefing shortly after the meeting in Juba, Minister Mijak says they have agreed to work closely to ensure Unity State is connected with roads to facilitate the movements of people and goods as well as other essential services. Governor Riek Bimtop says he was briefed about the ministry's plans to enhance road infrastructure in the state.
These are an urgent directive from His Excellency the President of the Republic, and we have already included them in our physical budget of 2024-2025. We have even started relocating a bridge behind Bill Farm along Juba-Terkeka Road to that direction to connect Govrial East and East County and Mayom County of Unity State.
And indeed, the Honorable Minister has taken me through the whole planning they have been having all along, in addition to the recent directives. I'm so happy with His Excellency the President. After visiting the counties of Unity State recently, I have learned that one of the most difficult situations that encourage the insecurity is the absence of road.
Government has reiterated its commitment to collaborating with international partners in addressing humanitarian situation in the country. This came when the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Monday, Sameya Kumba, met with the UN Humanitarian Coordinator Anita Kiki in Juba, where they exchanged views on tackling humanitarian crisis in the country. In a media briefing, Anita acknowledges the working relations between UN and the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and other line ministries. The ministry's spokesperson, Abuk, I will brief the media on what transpired during the meeting.
A very short meeting, primarily about follow-up on the humanitarian side and how we ensure that the meetings between the government and the mission continue to be productive, more efficient and effective, including on the humanitarian side.
The Deputy Minister reiterated the government's commitment to collaborate with international partners in addressing the current humanitarian situation with a particular focus on flood response. He expressed appreciation for the positive response from partners and emphasized the importance of closely coordinating efforts with the UN and other.
We are going for a short break, and when we come back, we shall look at the Regional Committee of the International Conference of the Great Lakes region that is discussing fighting exploration of illegal natural resources. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that short break, and in case you have just joined us, this is Ssbc 8 p.m. news coming to life in the national capital, Juba, with me, Abraham Ken. The Regional Committee of the International Conference of the Great Lakes Region discussed fighting exploration of illegal natural resources. Delegates at the regional meeting discussed harmonizing regional policies and the draft mineral declaration on regional initiative against illegal exploration of minerals in the member states. Addressing the opening session, the Ministry's Undersecretary, the Ministry of Mining is Undersecretary Dr. Cosmos Pitier Cujo emphasizes the need to enact policies to eradicate illegal exploration of minerals and other resources in the Great Lakes region. The representative of the Executive Secretary of the International Conference of the Great Lakes region, Charles Mao, urges delegates to adopt strategies to strengthen collaborative approach to addressing challenges facing the region's mining sector.
The natural resources in our countries are supposed to be wealth for us, but unfortunately, in most countries, it has become a curse on us. That's why we have to work all together very hard in order to eradicate that illegal exploitation of the minerals and other resources, natural resources that we have in our countries. I hope your meetings within these 2 days will work hard and come out with fruitful outcomes that can be implemented, and then will make us all benefit from our natural resources.
With the continued commitment of all member states, I am confident that we can not only maintain but also enhance our regional mineral governance capabilities. The discussions and decisions we make over the next 2 days will have a far-reaching implications for our collective future. Let this meeting be an opportunity for open dialogue, productive exchange, and renewed resolve. Together, let us work towards the Great Lakes region, where natural resources serve a foundation and our communities for peace, prosperity.
The Transformational Leadership Institute, in collaboration with the UN Women, have embarked on empowering women leaders under the theme Amplifying Voices in the upcoming elections. The Institute's director, Dr. Angelina Bazugba, describes the program as a tailor-made mentorship to build women leadership skills besides their role in strategizing publications before and after elections on gender equality.
To enlighten ourselves on the various legal framework related to election or electoral legal framework, but also help us to get to know what are the issues around preparing us as women, be it voters or candidates, but also as women who will be participating in various roles, as electoral officials, as women who will be in the aspect of journalism or the media, watching election, observers, and so forth. So we felt that it's important as part of enlightening ourselves, but also familiarize ourselves with the various laws that are already existing in the country, as well as preparing us as women in the process of writing the permanent constitution. Get to know what are the issues, what are our interests that should be put in and put in the constitution.
The South Sudanese women is that there is need to speak with one voice, to speak as the South Sudanese women, one voice if they want to attain the 35% or even the 50%. Maputo Protocol advocates for the participation of women, but also the women need to understand that there's something that they need to do on their part. They need to build their own capacity. They need to empower themselves. They need to be confident and come out in large numbers. Register in the parties, register as voters, participate as agents when the time comes. So for me, the most important thing for the for the South Sudanese woman is prepare, 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 and prepare. We have time, we can do it.
Most of people are saying women are not in political parties because they fear participating in the politics. So it is another gap that we need to strengthen women for them to have that confidence that as a woman, I have the right also to be in politics, and I have the right to register in political parties, and I have the right to be elected to any position.
At the East Africa Community Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Trade Fair in Juba, Somalis proudly showcased their vibrant entrepreneurs and rich cultures. Networking is at the heart of this trade fair, with many businesses engaging in discussions to explore partnerships and growth. In his keynote address, Child Affairs at the Somalia Embassy in Juba, Yasin Abdi Said says his government supports entrepreneurship programs. Together, they can build a better future. The Director General for the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Leo Okowa Lole, says there are endless opportunities collaboration that can lead to shared resources.
This occasion marks an important step in South Sudan's integration into East Africa, reflecting its commitment to regional cooperation and economic progress. Today is particularly meaningful for Somalia as we stand proudly as the newest member of East African Community. This milestone signifies our dedication to the unity, collaboration, and economic progress that support East African community.
Our culture is our diversity, and we are all recognized by our culture. If you don't have a culture, you are not in existence. So we are so grateful and we are honored. And we wish this event could continue for another 10 days. Because we really enjoy each and every member state for displaying their culture and their properties.
We are looking forward to having Somalia exhibitors in the coming year. We are also looking forward to supporting all the processes that are required for Somalia to fully integrate. We know that you became a full member in March 2024, and we are also hopeful that within the next month you should be able to adopt all the instruments of the community so that you can fully trade with the rest of the East African.
Still to come, Central Equatorial State Minister of Trade and Industry and the State Commissioner General for Revenue Authority briefed Governor Agustino Jadalawani on the recent cross-border meeting with Ugandan counterparts regarding resumption of trade operations between South Sudan and Uganda. We are going for a short break and we shall be back with more stories. Please do stay with us.
Statement Engineering Group is a subsidiary of Statement Solution Limited, a South Sudanese-owned company registered under the South Sudan Company Act of 2012. We are committed to delivering excellence and exceptional services to meet our clients' needs. Our comprehensive offerings span consultancy, engineering services, building materials, general supply, interior design, and industrial equipment. Client satisfaction is our top priority. We strive to be responsive and proactive in meeting their needs. Our project managers collaborate with skilled local teams to ensure successful execution of the projects regardless of the space involved.
For inquiries, contact us on 0912 325562 or 0912 325254 or 0912 325225 or log on to our website www.statemangroup.com or www.statemanrealtor.com or Facebook page Stateman Engineering Group or send us an email info@statemanengineering.com.
Welcome back. Central Equatorial State Minister of Trade and Industry and the State Commissioner General for Revenue Authority briefed Governor Agustino Jadalawani on the recent cross-border meeting with Ugandan counterparts regarding resumption of trade operations between South Sudan and Uganda along Orapa, Kaya and Afoji Kajukeji. Trade Minister Tom Sebidwani says the meeting with their Ugandan counterparts aim at allowing movements of goods along South Sudan-Uganda border through Kaya. Sibit says they signed an agreement with Uganda last month after passing measures to streamline smooth flow of goods and services between the two countries.
The road between Oraba Kaya, Yei, it is a very important road because it connects to the 7 states. And that road now, since Ugandan authorities has now allowed the movement of goods, also on our side, South Sudan, the road is in bad shape. There are a lot of potholes on the road. We are urging, because this road, I know it's not our responsibility as a state, because it's a trunk road that connects two countries, Uganda and South Sudan. And they know it is a responsibility of the national government. And it is a plea from the people of Central Equatorial State, particularly Morobo County, Yei County, Lanya County, crying that if the national government would at least, even if not tarmacking the road, at least make it on Maram, correcting some of those potholes that are on the road, this could really help.
We are so happy that His Excellency the Governor sent us, and the result of the negotiation came out fruitful for the people of South Sudan, not only Central Equatorial State. This is going to improve the revenue. As soon as the Minister of Roads at the national level is able to put another effort to improve the roads, we are sure that business will boom. Even those in the camps will begin to come back because the nature of the road is good. The security on the roadside is good because we have forces all along the road, and they will be protecting the.
And to Eastern Equatorial State, where Governor Luis Lobong Lejore has called upon communities along the border to live in peace. Lobong made the remarks while addressing a Tekere high-level leaders meeting in the Ugandan district of Moroto on a peaceful coexistence among border communities. Governor Lobong urges the communities from different countries to work towards peace in the region. Tekere comprises the ports of Eastern Equatorial State of South Sudan, Turkana of Kenya, and Karamoja of Uganda.
That this program extends to all the East African community living along the borders, beginning from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, Kenya, Ethiopia, and all our neighbors. South Sudan is fully supportive of integration of East African community. And I would like to appeal and inform the local communities living along the borders to leave the boundary issues to their respective governments and focus on their livelihood and peaceful coexistence.
And Commissioners Forum commences in Upper Nile State Capital, Malakal. The forum aims at enhancing cooperation and and coordination between government and county authorities to promote security, stability, and development. Afis Jebel wrote this report, voiced by Mario Suleiman.
Amidst a remarkable presence of political and military leaders and representatives from international and regional organizations, Upper Nile State Governor James Odoguyai launched the first County Commissioners Forum in Malakal. The state administration is mobilizing the people to forgive each other, reconcile and unite to rebuild the state. In his inaugural address, Governor Odoguyai stressed the importance of cooperation between the state government and county authorities for setting the stage for development activities and providing service.
لأن قلنا كحكومة القاعدة إنه كلنا أبناء بتاع النيل لازم نشتغل سويا. أننا بدينا إنه لازم نشتغل حاجة تتبلايم بسمة بتاع ولاية بتاعنا. أنا داير في كل محافظ في منطقة بتاعه لازم يتأكد إنه في حاجة بسيطة وعمله في مقاطعة بتاعه. أنا أشوف إنه محافظ الشغال منو ومحافظ الما شغال منو.
The State Deputy Governor Denjo Angok says the forum is an opportunity for reviewing performance and moving towards fortifying security, stability and development.
خلال المنتدى دي إنه الهدف الأول والأخير هو التنمية بتخلص في حاجات ثلاثة: تعليم وصحة وطرق. إنه وسيكم إنه الهدف الأساسي أنت طلبت فيه منصب بتاع المحافظ هو إيصال الخدمة للمواطن بتاعك في الولاية، هو التأمين بتاع المواطن بتاعك في مقاطعة أنت فيها.
The State Minister of Local Government and Law Enforcement, Nyanwar William Nyon, underpins the importance of forum in coordinating state and local efforts within the framework of the recommendations of the 7th Governors Conference in Juba last year.
This forum is going to cover the following objectives and the General View of Local Government Act 2009. Local Government Council and role of councillors in the development, power of commissioners, power of mayor and his deputies, power of executive directors, power of chief executive officers, public work, health, education, agriculture, and national resources, public order and public security. This is the first Commissioner Forums. That is the resolution of Governor Forum number 7 in Juba.
The UN Missions Field Officer Alfred Orono reiterates unlimited support for all service projects serving public interests across the region.
Title of this forum fits very well. For me, I see bringing peace through service delivery. So when you are delivering those services, and then humanitarians and the UN will be together with you, because our objective is to support you in bringing peace and development to South Sudan. So you have already laid the groundwork through the budget and this forum that you are having.
For Ssbc News, Mario Suleiman.
Thank you, Mario Suleiman, for that report. And to continue, the community of Holy Trinity Peace Village celebrates the first anniversary of the late Bishop Paride Taban at Kurun on the 1st of November 2024 with the call for love and peaceful coexistence among the communities. Bishop Paride Taban died in November 2023 at the age of 87. Victor Elias reports.
Global Catholic Congregation celebrates the solemnity of All Saints on 1st November at the Holy Trinity Peace Village, a legacy of the late Bishop Paride Taban. Kuron community commemorates the Christian life of Bishop Paride Taban, emeritus, on the first anniversary of his death in the Peace Village under the theme, God Loves You, Champion of Peace. In his homily, Father Paul Lomana, parish priest of Namorupush Parish of the Catholic Diocese of Torit, calls upon the faithful to imitate the life of the late Bishop Taban. He describes the deceased bishop as a holy man.
St. John Clear telling us today that those who has vision, 144,000, these are all including men and women, drawn from all corners of the world to be with God himself. And he has that dream, that vision. We wish each and every one of us will be in that vision later on. And we know our brothers and sisters who sacrifice themselves for others, who sacrifice themselves for the humanity. We need to thank so much our founder, the founder of the Diocese of Torit, Emeritus Bishop Paris Taban, and also the founder of Kuron Peace Village.
Edward Okot, program manager of the Holy Trinity Peace Village, Kuron, describes the late Bishop Taban as a loving person, and he says they will celebrate the late Bishop's life annually.
Bishop has done a lot of things. He established this organization in this area with a lot of services that are taking place here. So this day is special for us to remember him, to celebrate his life, and also to remind ourselves that the Bishop has left a lot of things for us that we need to carry on. This is my message to the community, that as today we celebrate the first anniversary of his death, as Christians we believe that the late Bishop Paris Taban is still with us. Though he's not with us physically, we believe that he's with us. He knows what we are doing, and then we want to follow what he left behind so that the legacy will not die with him.
Golda Toto, a student in her 4th-year class at St. Thomas Secondary School, says she has been inspired by the late Bishop's legacy.
He cares about people, like he loves everyone, he doesn't discriminate people. That's what I've learned from him. So if they give me that opportunity, like to choose what I will do, I'll just follow his footsteps. I'll do as he did. Like I'll try a project somewhere also and see where it will end. Like you can look at this project. It has helped people. Now people are earning money from here, from nothing to something today. People are happy here. People are many. It's indeed a peaceful village where people stay peacefully.
The event was accomplished by the renewal of vows of 2 Reverend Brothers of the St. Martin de Porres congregation. The late Bishop Paris Taban Emeritus was the first Catholic bishop of the Diocese of Torit who served from 1983 until his retirement. He founded the Holy Trinity Peace Village, Kuron. On 1st November 2023, he died in Nairobi, Kenya after long illness. He was laid to final rest in the Diocese of Torit on 9th November 2023. Victor Elias for Ssbc News.
Jonglei State Government has received food items from the National Ministry of Trade and Industry. Those items, according to Jonglei State officials, will be sold to the public at affordable price. We have the report.
Addressing the handing over ceremony of the food items, the Deputy Governor Atangkwal Manyang of Jonglei State applauds the National Ministry of Trade and Industry for supporting people of Jonglei States.
First of all, to thank His Excellency the President of the Republic of South Sudan, General Salva Kiir Mayadi, with his entire government. Because this program of bringing subsidized food to the people of South Sudan was a national project. So when we heard that the food is already in the country and it is not reaching our state, that is when I took that step and went to the Ministry of Trade and Industry at the national government, and also Minister of Trade at the state level had also a time to pass there in his office. So we thank Honorable Ambassador Joseph Mon for taking this prompt action to make sure that this food reaches Jonglei State. We know the prices of goods have been skyrocketing, and even at some point people have been going on the streets talking about the cost of living having been very high. So with these subsidized food items, we believe that it will save some lives and will ensure that at least some families have food on their table. But this is not to say that it will solve the problem. Of course, the prices of which it will be sold will be cheaper than the market price.
The State Minister of Trade and Industry, Major Kaur, says the received food commodities will contribute positively in reducing the high prices in the market.
I thank the government of South Sudan, led by our big leader, General Salva Kiir Mayadi, and also not forgetting our state government for this achievement, because this one now is become
For Jongole, I think for the most previous time there is nothing like that. Now these days, with this gift, 1,000 baht, I think can help a lot in this situation whereby our people now facing a lot of challenges, especially in this area of the food security. I don't have much to say, but just I give a big appreciation to our Deputy Governor for this effort, because he went and he did not sleep, because he knows his people are suffering.
In another separate news development, the Deputy Governor Atong Kwalmanyang affirms the government commitment to supporting the activities of Wrestling Association to cementing peace and reconciliation among the communities. She made the concern while addressing the inauguration of the newly elected state leadership for Wrestling Association in Bor.
Of course, having said that, we've always wanted Jonglei State to be united. We've always wanted peace to be in Jonglei State. And one way of doing that is through wrestling. Because of wrestling, people come to understand one another, people eat together, people play together, they socialize together in general.
Jonglei State Minister of Youth and Sport, Tang Shatim, urged all wrestlers to be ambassadors of peace and reconciliation.
What I want you to do, you bring peace between these three counties. We are in Jonglei State headquarters through Wrestling Association.
The chairperson of Wrestling Association in Jonglei State, Deng Majgor, applauds the state government for supporting the association. He pledged to promote peace and reconciliation among the communities.
I'm going to serve you without any hiding and in regard to sectorial politics. Another factor of this unity in the side of the wrestling, and I have formed my government based on representation of diversities across the state of Jonglei.
Wrestling is a traditional sport that could play an important role in bringing all local communities together with focus of peaceful coexistence and develop. For Ssbc News,
in sports, Al Rabita Football Club has defeated Fachoda team 2-0 in the South Sudan Local Football Association League Cup competition at Malakal Stadium. Addressing sports fans, Upper Nile State Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare encourages local football associations to continue organizing sports activities in the state. Meanwhile, Malakal Town Mayor Chol Dwalwing describes the football as a means of enhancing peace in the state. For his part, the chairperson of the State Local Football Association commends the players for the good performance, calling on well-wishers to support sports activities in the state. The games brought together 32 sports clubs.
ونحن في الحكومة بتاع وزارة النيل ابتداء من الحاكم بتاعنا جنرال جمهور بقوياي ونائب الحاكم دينجو. نحن مع الرياضة في البلد ده. الرياضة ده الحاجة الوحيدة الفضل بلم الناس كله. سياسة ما بلم الناس، لكن الرياضة السياسة بفرق الناس. إذا ما بيد الرشيدة. وحاجات الثانية بخلي إنه اللاعب لياقة بتاعته يكون تعبان، زول يكون بعيد منه. الكورة مستقبل، مسكته كويس ودي قدام تبقى زول مشهور.
كده الليلة بانطلاق الدورة دي أفتكر يعني حاجة كويسة جدا، وده بتوري إن البلد ذاته فيها استقرار، وبتوري إن البلد